Hey friends, Christine here, and today I don't really have a project video or a tutorial for you. Instead, I'm just sharing some results for some projects that I did in effort to get my studio into a more workable shape, in that I am transforming what was a full-time commercial photography studio into my book art space. And in doing that, I need to kind of give some things some attention. Prior to what I'm doing now, I was a photographer and all the furniture in the space was black because you didn't want things to reflect into your subject's eyes or on shiny surfaces. So everything was black, and that's fine, except last week you might have seen I hung this beautiful shelf full of antique lace in my studio, and I knew that okay, so all this black stuff cannot stay. Now, all of it can't go either. I don't have the budget for that, but I can make some changes, and that's what I've been focusing on. So what I did is simple spray paint projects, and I'll show you. And again, I didn't do the process, but it wasn't rocket science spray paint. I spray painted stuff. And then I used some of this folk art home decor antique wax that you'll see. I talk about it while I'm showing one of the items. This was what I'm talking about, the wax that I use, and I really like it for giving a distressed look, an aged look. I also used it on that box from last week with the ribbon in it. I used some distress ink to do the same thing on smaller pieces. And then I used magnets to really help give me flexibility in how I label things. And this was the thing I think I'm most excited about. So take a watch for this. And that's really it. So wish me luck on this project. I really have to sort of just plow through it so then I can settle down and focus again on getting some of the many kits I'm working on out the door, and a couple of journals. So I hope you're all well. I hope you're having a great end of summer, end of winter, whatever you have. And I'll be back to you soon. So here's what I've been up to. So my next project is going to take this pretty unattractive, but highly functional plastic rolling cart and try and make it look like perhaps a wooden rolling cart. And I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go, but I'm going to give it a try. All right, kids, here we are a day or so later, and I have a newly renovated little black plastic cart. And all I did was take a little spray paint and spray painted the frame blue, it's called French blue, and heirloom white on the cream, on the drawers. And then I used some labels here. You can see I made these labels, and I have them attached with magnets so that I can take them off. You can see they just come right off. I'm not going to take that one off right now, but I could take it off. Oh, I'll take it off. And there's an identical magnet to this on the other side of the drawer, and that's holding it together. So I decided to do this because I wasn't quite sure what I'm going to put in here, so I wanted the ability to change it. And this is just spray painted plastic, so I didn't want to risk it all peeling off and then seeing the ugly plastic underneath. So the other thing I did after I spray painted these and let them dry, I took a little bit of the plaid, the folk art people, the folk art paint. They have this antique wax that I like, and I took that and smeared it on and then wiped most of it off, just to give it kind of a grunge, shabby sort of look. But that was what I did with this. And this was the other project I finished this week, which was that drawers, the cabinet of drawers that held those film strips that I got at that tag sale. And it was a real steal for $5. I gave it a good spray paint it's called Silver Lilac. And then I added these plates. Here, and new knobs because I saw these and I thought they were pretty. And then I added these book plates for label holders, and all I did is simply put some magnets on them. You see there, a little tiny magnet? Yeah, there are 3 of them, one on each side, and then I put one on the bottom so whatever card I put in here can't fall out. And I think it came out really swell. I'm really, really happy with it. And right now it's holding some of that gorgeous paper, most of the gorgeous paper that Carol has sent me. And I have to figure out what else is going in there. So that's all, a little spray paint and some magnets. And I really feel like I upgraded my space a little bit. So here you can see the magnets that I used for these, to hold these guys. They're tiny. Can you even see that? Oh, it just clicked back, but you see how small they are? Are you in focus? They're microscopic. So I use these mini ones. I'll link to them in the notes here, to put these on. And again, they just connected right to the metal, and they connected to this metal of the plate too. So there's no glue involved at all. It's just magnets. There's a magnet here, and then I put one on the bottom. But that's it. It's these little guys. So for here, for these guys, let me scroll down a little. I use a little bit different magnet. I use this size magnet. Let me get them out of the box. Oh, there's one on the outside. They're paper thin, well, not paper, but cardstock thin. And for this, since this is plastic and it's obviously not going to connect to a magnet, there's just one on each side. So there's another magnet down here. Oh, now that I pull that out, you can't see that. There's a corresponding magnet on each of these. And if you have a little bit thicker material you're trying to go through, you could try putting 2 magnets on one side. I didn't need it for this plastic. It worked just great. So I'll link to the magnets that I'm using, and maybe you have some other ideas for some better ones. But this is working great and allows me lots of flexibility for how I use this cabinet or the other cabinet in the future. So there you have it. So I wanted to mention about the magnets that I used. For example, I used the magnets in these paper clips as well. This was the larger flat one, and this was the mini one. So they hold things together without a paper clip, but just with magnets. And also, if any of you have seen the advent calendar I do with these on my refrigerator, which was so much fun. In fact, we should talk about that because the holidays are coming up. I'll make a point to revisit that. I also use magnets in this way to keep book boxes closed. So I will link to all the magnets I use and which ones I use for which. So that's all for today. I hope you're continuing to create and be awesome. You are all awesome, and I really appreciate all of your support, your ideas. The exchange of creativity for me has been especially entertaining this week. So go create and be more awesome.